Hi everyone, and welcome to our webinar this morning about UCFB. A quick introduction about who we are, and just to get you thinking about maybe what you want to do after sixth form, what kind of career you want to go into. So an introduction to me, my name is Ellie. I've been working at UCFB for about 2 years now, and I go to schools and colleges and talk about the different opportunities that we have, but also just to get you thinking about the careers in sports and maybe what do you want to do. I trained as a PE teacher myself, wasn't really too sure what actually careers I could do in sport, but actually this role and just experience within sport has actually opened up quite a lot of information about actually there's so many different jobs in sport that sometimes you and I don't always think about. So hopefully you'll get a bit of an idea about UCFB and think about your future as well. So who we are, so some of you might have heard of us before. UCFB actually stands for University Campus of Football Business, and we're very unique in the way that we sort of do our education. We have a very unique learning model that you can see on the screen. What we teach is primarily around football, sports and events. Just to make it clear, as much as it would be great to make you all Premier League footballers or the next Olympic star, we don't teach you the physical side to play in these sports. It's more about the careers that go in around the industry. So for example, football, you might be wanting to work as a coach, or maybe you want to be working in the marketing side. We teach you the industry that you want to work in, and the same applies for the event side. Where we are, we're actually based inside of Wembley Stadium and the Etihad up in Manchester, which is pretty cool itself. Going to work every day or going to uni every day and actually walking up Wembley Way and seeing the arch and knowing that actually your classrooms are in the stadium, in the boxes, is pretty cool sight to go in every day and experience it. So yeah, so your classrooms are those boxes. They range in size in terms of actually we can have 200 people in one lecture room, so to say, or lecture box. You may have them for guest speaker sessions, so we invite people from the industry to talk to you about their journey, or maybe any opportunities that they have for you to sort of do work experience with. And we also have smaller boxes which may be for seminars, so smaller version of lectures, but actually it's more about digesting what you've learnt in a big lecture, or maybe doing some group work. So loads of different sizes of boxes that you can get involved with. Obviously how we teach with the guest speaker series, and then also the networking opportunities. And I think at this age, year 12, year 13, it is starting to think about what do you want to do? Where do you want to go, and how can networking actually help you? And networking is a really, really key word. If you're going to take anything from this short session, it will be networking and how do you get to know people in the industry to get you a job. So this is a list of our university sort of undergraduate degrees. As you can see, it's pretty much split between Wembley and the Etihad, and we also do have a blended option, which just means it's majority of it's online, a bit like how we've had this year, and then we'll have a 2-week residential at one of the campuses to do our practical activities or practical assessments. The difference between our 3-year programs and our 4-year programs is that if you don't quite make the entry requirements for the 3 years, we will offer you an extra year as a foundation at the start to sort of boost your level of understanding and learning. So typically our UCAS points for a lot of our courses are 96 or 112 points. So speaking in A-level terms, that's 96 is 3 Cs and 112 is 2 Bs and a Cs. What you can do is, obviously we've got a short amount of time, so what you can do is look online at the different modules and the different courses that you'll be doing and just sort of think, okay, I quite like coaching. Have I thought about becoming a manager? Or actually, I quite like the idea of being a player scout or an agent. Maybe I'll look at coaching and talent development. Or perhaps you're quite a creative individual and you like the idea of marketing or media and not really too sure which one to do. Or actually you want to be in front of the camera rather than behind the camera. So maybe I'll do broadcasting over journalism. So have a look on our website and just see what maybe stands out for you. But you can pause the screen if maybe you want to have a discussion about it and have a quick think about the different areas that you can go into, because obviously these are very different to what you may be doing at other universities or traditionally in a degree sense. Not very many places offer bespoke football and sports degrees like this, and thinking outside the box. So have a look at it and think about, oh, actually, I quite like the event side. Very good at organising. I've never actually thought about, could I be working for an organisation like the FA and delivering those FA Cup finals or those Euros that's hopefully happening this year. So have a look and see what you'll be doing, and make sure, obviously, more importantly, what stands out for you and what excites you. So a little bit more about us. Obviously, we know that we're at Wembley, but this is just a bit of a map about where we actually base. I know that UCFB is at the heart of the stadium, but we actually use a lot of facilities outside of Wembley Stadium. So we have the Hive. So the Hive is home to Barnet Football Club. Barnet Football Club are a League 2-3 club, still in a stadium sort of esque environment. Loads of 4G pitches for our students to use, but they're also home to London Bees, Tottenham Ladies as well, and any international football team who play at Wembley Stadium, whether it's against England or maybe for the Euros, they will actually do their training sessions at the Hive. So that networking, again, that word coming up, opportunity is available at the Hive for you. We also have First Way, which is our accommodation site, literally 5 minutes walk around from Wembley Stadium. Wembley as a whole, if you haven't been there before, it's a really, really cool environment. Loads of shopping, loads of food, loads of like drinking spaces for students. It's a really, really cool environment to be in. And the same pretty much applies for the Etihad. Again, in the boxes for the stadium, we also have Manchester Sports Village, where you can do some of the practical courses, because unfortunately you're not going to be doing any coaching on the Etihad pitch, or the same as Wembley. So we have an external provider to do those practical sessions. Kirsch and Ashton Football Club is where our men's football academy is based, where you'll be doing your training. Mill Point is our student accommodation in the centre of Manchester, and to get from the centre of Manchester or Piccadilly Place, etc., to the Etihad or to Manchester Sports Village is very easy by tram. So Manchester's a really, really cool city to get in. It's very, very student populated, so loads of things that you can get in. But just to make it clear, obviously there is no real difference between the degree programs at either campus. It's literally up to you what you want to do and where you want to go, whether you want to go into the capital, maybe you want to go that little bit further away from home and experience the north. It's up to you. So moving on to about how to get a job, I would say. I think this is really important for you guys as well to be starting to think about now. And it's all about your CV, basically. What makes you stand out from the employer to the employer? What makes you stand out from your classmates? So if you're looking around your class now thinking, okay, there's one job at Manchester United or a Premier League football club that you want to get in, out of all of you in this class, who's most likely to get it? Is it going to be the person who's been doing just a bit of coursework, just getting by on the grades, nothing else? Or is it going to be that one who has coaching badges? Or is it the one that's gone above and beyond to help with extracurricular activities after school? Or maybe you've been doing some volunteering hours. Everything that you can get onto your CV is actually going to help you so much more getting a job. You need to pack it out as much as possible. So what we do at UCFB is to help students graduate with not only the industry knowledge to get and sort of have a successful career, but a CV to actually get those interviews. So agent training. So Mesut Ozil, obviously he's now moved away from the Premier League, but we used to have his agent come in and do a day session with our students on how to be an agent. We also have public speaking skills. You can learn a foreign language. We have Spanish lessons, match commentary workshops. All these different things are open to our students week in, week out. And as much as you do, as many things you take part in, is going to help you stand out from the crowd. And I think that's really, really important to think about, what else can I be doing alongside my studies? So maybe your tutor or your careers advisor, or even like some teachers ask, can you help me in a parents' evening, or can you help me with these after school clubs? Just think, is that going to help me in the future? And majority of the time it will, because that one thing could lead to another thing that could lead to something else. So think about what you can do alongside your studies as well. And that also comes with the networking side. So some of our industry partners are the FA, obviously we share Wembley with them. We also have the National League, so about 68 clubs are a part of the National League. We send students in to these clubs every single day to do work experience, whether it be in marketing, coaching, events, finance. There's always opportunities for you to do something with a bona fide football club. Yes, it might not be the big teams that we've always wanted to work in with yet, but we start lower just because you actually have more opportunity to do something worthwhile. You're not just going to be picking up cones or doing the photocopying in the marketing department. Actually, in the marketing department of, let's say, Stevenage, or we've actually had some students working for Swindon, you're actually going to be doing some activities that will be beneficial to the club, but also to you. And then also the LMA, the opportunity to speak to managers that we bring in, week out. So this is an example of some of our work placements. You can pause the video if you want to have a closer look at where we've been, but as you can see, it's not always just football. There are opportunities to work at Wimbledon, the Rugby League World Cup, especially as it's this year, the League World Cup is coming to England, so a great opportunity for the RFL and our students. We've had some students who actually work at Formula One at Silverstone when it comes to us. People who work at the Rio Olympic Games, even go abroad to the Seattle Sounders, who are a soccer club in America. So again, loads of different opportunities. And this is just an example. The list of actually who we've worked with is massive. So do have a look online to see that as well. And I think lastly, the most important thing to think about if you are going to go to university is the graduate roles. How many of the students on the course or at that university actually go on to get a job? That's all we want, to get a job at the end of it. So make sure you can find somewhere that actually does what it says on the tin. It will get you into these roles. And luckily and amazing to see that we have actually 2/3 of our students working in sport. As you can see, Sonny is partnership analysis at Wolverhampton Wanderers. He was a West Midlands born and bred, so working at his boyhood club is amazing. Gabriella, she did a media degree with us and she's now working with the LMA, and actually it's based at St George's Park. So she's organising all these different conferences and talks with loads of different managers or high profile clients, and making sure that they're going to these conferences on time, or they're doing these interviews as well. We've got David, who will be, he's actually started off at Manchester City, and he sort of moved between those clubs. He got an internship there, and then he also landed an internship at Chelsea after he graduated, and now he's working with Arsenal ladies in the marketing communications officer role, developing their sort of brand structure and their sort of matches as well, getting more people to get to the game, and sponsorships as well. So what to do next? I think it's important to think about, that sounds quite interesting, maybe I want to find out a bit more. So what you can do is actually get your iPhone or your phone, scan the QR code, and that will take you through to an information page. So if you are interested in finding out a bit more about UCFB, then scan the QR code and we'll invite you to things like open days. Hopefully we'll be able to invite you to an on-campus open day, so you can see for yourself what it's like to be inside of a stadium, and then also find out a bit more about our degree. So scan the QR code if you want to find out a bit more. But apart from that, thank you very much. And if you do have any questions, actually, e.lewis@ucfb.com, please send them over and I'll be more than happy to help. Thank you and have a really, really good rest of your day. Thank you.